Well, this is the third album you've done with Eric Valentine, who's now your husband.
That's my guy, yeah.
And he's also featured on here. Is there an instrument he doesn't play?
He, just like me, we're both multi-instrumentalists,
Yes.
because when you have a home studio, like we have, there's so much to explore there.
So fun.
Not knowing how to play an instrument has never gotten in either of our ways. I think that instruments in general are like an obstacle course that we like to just go through and play. I've learned how to play instruments. He's taken on things like pedal steel, which is very brave. My bravest instrument I ever tried to learn was the bagpipes. But yeah,
tried
timpani,
or did you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I did. I actually took bagpipe lessons for 2 years in high school. But you know, it's a Vermont thing. I don't know. I can't explain it. But yeah, we both played a lot on this record. But actually, it's in the post-production that we get really exploratory, and I wanted to learn the ocarina, which is a flute-featured, Ecuadorian and Peruvian instrument that kind of looks like a heart that you blow air into, similar to bagpipes. And Eric's big instrument that he took on for this record for the first time was the timpani drums, which are tuned wildly throughout the record, and you hear this really bombastic, very theatrical presentation, and something more ambitious than we've ever tried to do before.
So fun.
And it's just a riot to recreate them. And I think on stage y'all will see there's a whole lot of theatrics going on that definitely spills over into the live tour. It's been really fun.
And Benmont
Tench from the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And it was so funny. There's for Hitchhiker, that the song we just played, the royal we, I guess. He's like, so you want something kind of more Wildflowers or something more like, he's referencing these songs that we've all grown up with. And I was like, can you make it a little more like grindy, kind of like, he goes, oh, you mean like Refugee? And he goes, wah, 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 wah. And it's just how watching pieces of rock and roll history come to life in your living room in Topanga, California. Just there was a lot of laughter and a lot of tears and a lot of joy in the production of this record.
Sure. And I imagine your son has some fun with all those.
He likes my tambourines a little too much.
Yeah,
he likes the big loud whistles. He did break 2 ocarinas. Yeah. So ceramic ocarina, it's a ceramic instrument, and he just thought it was so interesting to play with right up until the moment where it smashed on the ground. Yeah.
Well, and congratulations on the birth of your son since the last time we've seen you. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
You're a mother now.
I'm a mama.
Speaking of Mother Road.
Mother Road, that's right.
And Mother Road is the new album. Tell us about what was your first instrument? Was it the
piano?
Piano.
Yeah, my mom was a piano teacher, and all the kids at my school would come after school. And when I say all the kids, there was only 6 kids in my class, and everyone decided to come to my house after school, and my mom would teach everyone piano one at a time. And I was a middle child without much to offer in the household, except that I could play things by ear. So I would listen to what the other kids were learning, and then I would sit down at the piano and try to kind of reconfigure what I had heard them doing from a piece of sheet music. And it was always my own sort of expression of what I was hearing, and it was fun to learn piano that way.
So these days, is it the piano or guitar? Does one come more easily than the other, whether lyrics or the melody?
That's a good question. I think mainly guitar was an instrument that I wanted an obstacle. I wanted something between me and the song so I could make sure that the songs were good. Because I didn't know how to play as many chords. I was well-versed in piano, and I could make things as complex or as simple as I wanted. But with guitar, I really did start with just, like, as they say in country music, 3 chords and the truth. And so I think bringing a guitar into my idiom was partly to really challenge myself to write the best song I possibly could. Because at that point, I felt like I'd climbed the mountain of piano and bagpipes and flute.
You conquered those, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And, okay, one last thing. I am a lover of cheese, and there was a...
Oh, yeah, baby.
My family, we love cheese. Like, people will come over, you got too much cheese in your fridge. We're
We
like,
have
never.
a lot. No, there's no such thing as too much cheese in your fridge. What are they, crazy?
But there was something you did, I don't know, a decade ago or something
Yes.
about cooking with grace and the
Yes.
cheese, the cheddar cheese.
Well, Cabot cheese.
Cabot cheese.
The Cabot cheese, the base for Cabot cheese is actually about 600 feet from my farm in Vermont. And we bought a dairy farm. And I can't say that we provide any dairy for Cabot cheese. I wish I could. We're not there yet. But yeah, we had the Cabot cheddar cheese bus. We did a cheese tour. And randomly, another wonderful story from the Mother Road, Andrew, our bus driver, that was his first tour ever, was driving the Grace Potter cheese bus. And I think he was traumatized by it. But it took him about a week and a half to actually admit to me that he was the driver. He was like, I'd only ever done Christian rock tours up until then. I didn't know what was happening. But I'll never forget it. That's for sure.
I love there's this humongous, gorgeous looking sandwich, and
Yeah.
you're like, the cheese is the star of the show.
Always, always. I love that you saw those. Yeah, the cooking with Grace on the bus.
So
Yeah.
cool. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
And again, for taking the time to do this. I know you've been busy on the road with Mother Road, and we'll have another pair of tickets to give away.